What's up, YouTube? Um, so the video that I'm making right now is because someone actually wrote me about a month or so ago. Well, during my last video with my wife, and they asked me. They said that in our community that they didn't see a lot of couples that actually made it far. I guess during the transition period or after the transition period, and like what was my input? How do we make it work? And why have we been together so long? And I'll give you my opinion on it because she's not here right now, and Dagda will be able to tell you a little bit, I guess, when she's able to. I think the main thing that has helped us is that, um, with me, with her, is that she's really understanding. She's very compassionate, and honestly, I just got lucky, and I was truly blessed. In the beginning of my transition, I mean, like any other couple, I would honestly say that we really did have our moments, and we still do. And I think that's a normal part of this whole thing. Is that it's just like any other relationships. There's ups and downs. You just have to continue to find the medium. Um, and on my part, I'm always at the high. Like I'm never really high or really. Well, she always says I'm really high or I'm really low, and she manages to be the medium. And that just means that when I was stressed out during my transition, she was always here. When I was losing it and I was down in the dumps, she was always here. Um, so, like I said, I was just lucky. I'm fortunate, and I kind of look at it like I after going back through some of my videos because I started my transition really early. I just realized like I along with this transition I grew into being more mature, and that really helped too. My personality changed not because of the tea, but because of who I was and things that I wanted. And I had to prioritize my life, my relationship, my transition. I had to see what came first, what came second, things like that. And for me, it differs from everyone else. It's gonna be different for each person. Just for me, it so happens that I realized like I had already been with my wife. I think 6 years before I started tea. I think so. I'm not sure. And um, after a while, I had to take account what her needs were gonna be and how to meet those needs and how to make this a little bit easier on her. But it was never as hard for her as I thought it was gonna be. It was she even says it was bugging me more. Things were really getting next to me. For her, it was just kind of like you are who you are. And she dealt with some things, like she said, she dealt with grief because she felt like she was losing one person, but she thought the outcome was gaining a better person and me being more happier. And it's just being open and honest. Everything I've gone through in my transition, she's been there every step of the way, from giving me my shots to being my counselor sometimes when I don't know what to do or what I'm doing. And I met, I've had a lot of so-called friends during my transition period. And then once I started to transition, they left. And then after my transition, I met other friends that they don't know about me. But those friendships don't last either. And I've met some guys during my transition that are just like me, and we don't have common ground. And the only thing that's remained the same in my life, the only person, has been her. So that's just how I look at it. Life is that you're gonna run into a lot of people. They're not gonna be what you expect. I'm not gonna be what they expect, and everyone's not accepting. And at the end of the day, the only person that remains and kind of be kind of the same in my world is my wife. She knows me better than I know myself sometimes, so she really is my better half. I can honestly say that. Um, we have our life is different from a lot of people because we started at 15, so we have a long history, and I really don't know how we last. I think it's just that will to just want to have a long lasting relationship, to fight, to not be the that statistic of not being married, and that's just not being in our community. That's being in every community. You put everything you have and you invest yourself into this person, and you just at some point you just have to say, do I want it or do I not? is it for me or isn't? And my choice was to manage it for me, and I love it, and I have my moments where I think, no, I'm gonna lose it. She's driving me nuts, and she probably feels the same. But at the end of the day, it's nice to have that person that, although everything else in the world changes, you you have that person that really doesn't, and that's what it's about. Having someone that can communicate with you. They may not be able to relate to your situation, but they'll try their best to understand it. Having someone that's willing to make compromises and sacrifices on your behalf, and then you being able to do the same thing. Acknowledging that, you have to acknowledge that this is not only your journey. At some point, it's not all about you, even though we get caught up in it. It really has a lot to do with who we're with too, because they are sacrificing a lot. And I think I kind of learned that, and I'm still learning that because I'm not the best, and I'm by far not even going to try to pretend that I am. But like I said, I just really got lucky, and I really got blessed, and um, that's basically it. I mean, there's really no the only thing that I would just say, because I'm still learning as I go, and I don't want to give the wrong advice and think it's the best advice. It's just be true to yourself, and as you're finding yourself, express that. Let them know, like, this is what's happening with me. This is who I'm becoming, or this is what's going on with me. And I just try to let her know everything. And not only that, it's like you have to realize you had a life before transition sometimes. And although we don't want to always go back to that, I think it's best. Like for us, I always go down memory lane with her, and I always bring out things that we were like before, how I was before, and I change the topics. Like I make sure it's not only about me, and that helps because she's always saying we're spending hours talking about your transition, but this will be after like 2 years. So finally one day I was just like, she's kind of right. Like I don't talk about things like I used to. I'm so caught up in this. But like I said, it's different from everyone. Your transition period is gonna be way different than mine. Like just looking at my videos, like some days I think, boy, I've changed, and wow, I can't believe I said that, and God, I can't believe I made such a big deal over that. And I can't believe, I went through this. But it all has to do with age, time, and it's a process of growing. And being in a relationship is the same thing. You grow together, you learn from each other. Respect is a huge part of the whole ordeal. Because if you don't respect yourself, you can't respect anyone else, and it goes with them too. And I'm big on that. I'm big on trying to just do what's right, with her. I know about everybody else. um, but honestly, it's just I don't know really what to say. I just keep saying over in my head, just blessed. I, it's like God just molded this person, and it's just kind of like, hey, you know what? She's for you. So I'm thankful for that. She always uses this one line, and it's always before I can even tell her I've done anything, because I've had days where I've just really screwed up and been really bummed out and to my lowest of low. And she always just looks at me before I can even say anything. She goes, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've done, I'll forgive you anything. And I really do. She really says she sees the best in me. And I think that's the big thing, like having someone that can pick you up when you're down, and you being able to do the same. Because if you don't have that, then it's gonna be hard. But everyone learns. So yeah, I hope whoever asked that question, I hope I kind of signed up. I'm kind of tired. I look a mess. My voice is gone. Haven't slept. On the verge and a couple Red Bulls. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Good, have a good one.